So here we go. It's our time now. Let's get this shit started. First off, I'm BLAMM. This is going to be the new boxing channel. We're going to be breaking down boxing, talking about boxing, playing boxing. Might be a little music here and there. Starting out, we're building a community, right? We're building a boxing community. And we going old school style. All right, we're not defending undefeated fighters. We're not defending cherry picking fighters. We're going to talk about the up and coming new fighters who are hungry and showing that drive for greatness. Shakur Stevenson, William Cepeda, that fight is coming up July 12th. We're going to be breaking that down. Obviously, you already know the fight of the decade. Terrence Bud Crawford, Canelo Saul Alvarez, or Saul Canelo Alvarez, however which way you want to put it. That's a major fight. Then we also got Devin the Dream Haney and Brian 6 Weeks Norman Jr., if I'm not mistaken. These are all fights that I'm excited for. I'm excited for exciting boxing, engaging boxing. I don't support running, and as a matter of fact, I probably won't even talk about people who are running. Don't get me wrong, boxing is the sweet science of hit and don't get hit. It takes skill to hit and not get hit. When we think about people who do that, look at Sweet Pea. Look at Floyd Money Mayweather. Look at Gervonta Tank Davis. Shit. Even look at fucking Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. We looking at the sweet science of hit and don't get hit. If you don't like hit and don't get hit, you want a slugfest, it's not the channel for you. But that's okay. Because I like slugfest just as much as the next person. But this is boxing. We're going to talk about boxing. We're going to promote boxing. We're going to promote good ring ethics. Number one rule of this channel, skills pay the bills. IQ gets the KO. Boxing isn't just about just punching and dodging. It's a mental game too. And you can relate boxing to day-to-day things or life itself. You're going to get hit all the goddamn time. You're going to get knocked down sometimes. But are you going to get up and are you going to fight back? Are you going to show different? Are you going to adjust to adversity? These are things that I'm interested in. And if you're interested in that type of boxing, it's the right place for you. Now, a couple things I'm going to be doing. I'm always going to be talking my shit because I want to talk my shit. I love boxing. I love the sport of boxing. And I love what it brings to entertainment as a whole. Again, I don't support the running. His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh doesn't support the Tom and Jerry style of boxing. Now, what that means is one fighter's engagement, one fighter's running. I don't like that type of boxing. Something that I'm going to always constantly say, starting off, Floyd Money Mayweather is not a runner. He moves, but when you look at his fights and really analyze his fights, he's standing right there with them. Every fight, he's standing right there with him. Now, he may move a little bit more excessively with some people who are dangerous punchers. If you go back to Pretty Boy Floyd, when he was fighting Diego Corrales. Diego Corrales was known for knocking motherfuckers out. Floyd moved a little bit more. He engaged and disengaged. He took everything and gave him nothing. That's the sweet science of boxing. We're not going to talk shit about that style of boxing. William Skull, he's a runner, he's a track star. He gonna run away if he hit hard. That's a runner. So, And I won't say that he is a definitive runner. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he ran. He didn't engage, avoided engagement, tried to take it to points. Another thing that I'm really going to be pushing for, because I like to see great fights and I like to see fights that produce something. When Isaac Cruz fought Gervonta Tank Davis, fans were on their feet. And though Gervonta hurt his hand, he still won one-handed. Pure boxing, sweet science, hit and don't get hit. Now the Isaac Cruz fans are going to say, oh, Tank Davis ran. He didn't want to stand in the pocket with him. Naturally so. If you were in a fist fight and your hand was hurt and you only had one hand but you had to fight, you probably would have done the same thing that Tank did, given you had the skill and IQ that he had. But if you think you was going to get in there and slug with a healthy Isaac Cruz with one hand, you're terribly mistaken. And if you think that's a smart IQ thing to do just because of the fans, you're terribly mistaken. Now, do I want to see a rematch with both fighters healthy? With Gervonta having both the left and the right hand? And Isaac Cruz both having the left and right hand healthy? Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Tank and Ryan Garcia at 140. No rehydration clause. But, we don't always get what we want. But those would make for some great fights. I want to see Devin the American Dream Haney versus Tank Davis. I want to see Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson. Or even William Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Devin Haney get in that fire. He's already got fire coming for him with 6 weeks. Brian 6 weeks, Norm, I'll get that right later. He got some fire coming. I'm not calling no fights. The only thing I'm going to do is be analyzing the skill of each boxer. And I'm going to say what they have in the tank and what they have in the tank. No pun intended. Not talking about Tank Davis. Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Now I'm talking about Tank Davis. Lamont Roach, immediately following his fight with Tank Davis, he should have been in the gym working on the rematch. Whether the contract is signed or not, whether they agreed to it or not, whether he feels like the fight's going to happen or not, he should have been in the gym. Because what did Floyd say? You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I'm a firm believer in that. You can't show up for a job at pest control not knowing what the fuck to do if it's a motherfucking wasp nest. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Now, there's going to be the draggers. They're going to want to hash it out and say, oh, Tank Davis lost that fight. Well, naturally, a lot of people will say that Tank Davis lost that fight because he didn't get the knockout. Tank Davis is a knockout artist. And it's not by choice. It's not that he goes out there looking for the knockout. He goes out there looking to dodge punishment. And he goes out there using his brain for IQ. He's using his mind. He's setting shit up. He learned from the best of them. I ain't got to say who he learned from. But he learned from the best of them. And Coach Calvin is one hell of a coach. He teaching them how to avoid punishment and how to dish punishment. And sometimes that punishment results in brutal knockouts. I love to see Tank Davis get knockouts. I like to see Tank Davis win. But I also like to see Tank Davis adjust. That's what I really like about the sport of boxing. Because both sides come with a game plan. But when the game plan is presented, both sides have to adjust. Either you adjust or you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Now, a perfect example is Floyd Mayweather versus Arturo Gatti. Rest in peace. Floyd had a game plan. Arturo Gatti had a game plan. Arturo was known for getting in there, taking risks, throwing punches, letting his hands fly. And Floyd is known for doing what Floyd does. Now, when it came to facing adversity, that was a controversial knockdown in that fight too. But we ain't going to talk about that piece. We're going to talk about the actual tactics and the adjustments made. Arturo Gatti spent that fight doing the same exact thing. What did Floyd do? He adjusted to what was coming at him. That's what's key in boxing. Keyshawn Davis, woo! that motherfucker there, Bomac did something with that boy. He did something with that boy. But I ain't gonna say it's all Bomac. I'm gonna say he did his thing. Keyshawn Davis did his thing. Do I want to see him fight Shakur Stevenson? It may never happen, but I would like to see that happen, or at least a sparring session. I want to see Keyshawn Davis versus Devin the American Dream Haney. They say styles make fights. I think fighters make fights. Does the fighter want to fight, or does the fighter want to run? Does the fighter want to put on a show, or does the fighter want to survive? I think that's what makes the fights. I don't think it's styles. Devin Haney's slick. He moves his head. He's got an impeccable jab. He might not have that power, but he got something that'll back you. People don't just walk him down. They don't just walk him down. I want to see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia again. I want to see them both healthy. I want to see Ryan come in and make weight, not come in 3 pounds over. Because whether you like it or not, 3 pounds do make a big difference in the sport of boxing. That's rehydration. That could be just 3 pounds of water weight. That has an effect on your brain. So that does make a difference. Now, the fact that Ryan popped dirty, it was 6 billionth of a gram. I don't want to hear that shit. It didn't make him faster. It didn't make him stronger. It didn't make him smarter. Devin just could not avoid the left hook. Now, in his last fight against Ramirez, if I'm not mistaken, Devin Haney avoided all things. He was on them skates. That boy was on. He wasn't even on his back foot. That boy was... Shit, you would have thought that motherfucker was in a disco joint in the 80s, how he was backing up out of there. But that's the main point. That's my main point. He was trying to show you that if he don't want to get hit by nothing, he don't have to. But that's not what make great fights. See, that's exercising the sweet science, yes. But that's not what makes great fights. People who pay for that fight want their money back. You know what I'm saying? Then you have like Floyd Schofield Jr. the Thoy and what's his name? I can't think. Terrence Farmer. I thought that was gonna be an incredible fight. First right hand, put him on the pavement. Put him on his back pockets. Trademark it. Put him on his back pockets. Set him down. Something I wasn't expecting. Now I like it when the fighters talk and they speak humbly because they're confident in themselves. I don't like when fighters' parents speak for them. I don't like the Bill Haneys or the Floyd Schofield seniors of the boxing. I don't give a damn what your daddy says. And they can be mad at me all they want. And no, I ain't never boxed or had any type of amateur experience. But when it comes to boxing, I don't give a fuck what either of y'all had to say. Let the fighters speak for themselves. I can't tell. Floyd Schofield's brand would be a lot bigger if he was able to utilize his own personality and not let his dad talk for him. Bill Haney does a lot of this for Devin. Sued for Devin. But one thing about Devin is he ain't backing down from no fight. No fight, no fighter. Style or whatnot. Now, let's take it back. When Devin Haney was undisputed at 135 and champion, and he gave Shakur Stevenson a shot at the belt with a 75-25 split. And Shakur Stevenson turned it down because he wanted more money. 1, that's greedy. 2, when that opportunity comes, you take that shit. You might be B-side right now, but if you really believe in yourself like you say you do, you will whoop his ass and show him why you should be A-side. You feel what I'm saying? Then you get that bag. Now you calling the shots. And don't get me wrong, Shakur Stevenson is the best boxer that I have ever seen demonstrate the sweet science of hit and don't get hit. A lot of people didn't like his fight against Edwin De Los Santos, right? They said he was a runner. Come to find out later that his hand was hurt. Given all the facts, because I don't I'll draw my conclusions and judgment prior to what I see And then when there's more facts that are released later, then we'll speak on that. He had his left hand was bothering him. I'm not gonna say it was hurt. His left hand was bothering him enough to where he felt like he shouldn't use it. Which, as a fighter, fighters know better than their trainer, better than their dad, because they in there. They in there with them motherfuckers. So, and he still pulled off the win with the lowest amount of punches in CompuBox history. Now, that has to be difficult to do. To win and not really throw punches in a game where the most punches wins. You feel what I'm saying? The most clean punches wins. And then, there's also the factor of aggression. And then, it could be the judge's decisions and shit like that. But he still won. So, he has the skill to perform with just one hand. And it wasn't that he was staying out of danger. It wasn't that he was just trying not to get knocked out or fighting scared. He was fighting with what he had in his arsenal, which was one hand. Which, by the way, I watched that entire fight. People call it a snooze fest. They showed the crowd leaving during the fight. This, that, and the other. Hey, look at it how you want. It's clean boxing. You can hate me for saying it all you want. It's clean boxing. When he beat Josh Padley, everybody's like, oh, he's just the electrician. Josh Padley has a record. A commendable record. And he got some names under his belt. But people don't want to give Shakur Stevenson that credit. Now, he's about to fight William Zepeda, who they've been wanting him to fight for so long. And I think he's going to do it in a fashion where it ain't going to be no more talking. You know what I'm saying? It's boxing is the sweet science. And we need to go back to the fact that it's the sweet science, but it's also the fact of engagement. Not being afraid of engagement. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he's making the ring smaller. Canelo is happy about that. If you're the bigger guy, the harder puncher, the A side, and you're fighting a smaller guy, why are you advocating so much for the ring to be smaller if you're the better guy? I feel like it don't matter what size the ring is. If that motherfucker was 40 feet by 40 feet, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to get the job done. So, I'm just interested to see how everything is going to unfold. But the main thing about this is I'm going to be following the best fights, all the fights, all the prospects, everybody on their uprise, the Abdullah Masons, the Floyd Schofield Jr., the third, Kermel Moton, Keyshawn Davis, Savage. I can't think of his name right now. But all them fighters, I'm looking forward to them. I like the young fighters, the fact that they hungry and they trying to put on a show. Not only demonstrating the sweet science of boxing, but also demonstrating grit down to the nitty gritty. And that's gonna be a thing too. That's gonna be a thing. So when you see BLAMM, and he puts on this hat, see, I'm from the South. We get down to the nitty gritty. When I put this on, we get down to the nitty gritty, motherfucker. And God damn it, that means it's a fight. And I like fights. So stay tuned. I'm going to be talking my shit always. You can talk your shit back. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can talk your shit all you want, because I'm going to talk my shit all I want. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to feel what I want. You can feel what you want to say what you want. I'm not going to block nobody. I'm not going to discredit nobody, because everybody's opinion is valid from their own perception. Now, when it comes to perspective is the wide variety view of it. So, when I put something into perspective, I want you to see where I'm coming from. That way you can analyze it from my eyes with your own opinions. But when I'm speaking on my perception, that's just my perception. That's just what I see. You might see something completely different, and that's totally valid. So, hat off, we talking about boxing. Hat on, nitty gritty, we down to fight. we come to slug them. Not even just come to slug them, but we came. Pause. And Diddy just got free too, so he ain't free, but he beat a lot of that bullshit, which is fucking crazy to me in today's day and age. I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't got no personal comments or ideas or thoughts on that shit, but let me tell you this. When this hat is on, it's a fight on our hands. And I'm going to have this motherfucker on me sitting courtside. Right there in that seat. Another thing that we're going to be doing on this page is I'm going to be doing 200 push-ups a day, and then as I feel better, as I progress, I'm going to be doing more. Feel free to follow along with me because we're going to be building that physique. All right, we're going to be looking good. We're going to be feeling good. You look good, you feel good, you play good. That's how we work, right? I'm going to keep myself accountable, and I appreciate all of y'all who keep me accountable as well. And I'm going to challenge you to do the exact same thing. So not only will we be talking about boxing and breaking down boxing, maybe even there'll be some gaming content of boxing, but we'll also be making ourselves healthier, looking more fit, taking care of ourselves because that's something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about my family, I'm passionate about music, and I'm passionate about boxing and really any type of combat sport, to be honest. But we're talking about boxing. Those are three things that I'm really passionate about, and I hope you're just as passionate as I am. It's getting dark, and I've been talking for 20 minutes. It's the BLAMM. And you know what they say about BLAMM?